Already.
All right. Hey guys, I'm with UFC Light Heavyweight Contender, Johnny Walker. Welcome to my show, man.
Thank you, sir. How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How's the training in Dublin?
It's really, really good. I'm really excited to fight, man. September 19. The training is going really well. I feel really great and one of the best camp ever.
That's good. So I gotta ask, what made you decide to change your camp and train in Dublin?
I've been here 1 year ago, and when I come to see my girlfriend, and I trained here for 2 weeks, I think 2 or 3 weeks. And then I know the guys here. I know John, so I know the camp is really good. So uh, I was after my fight against Nikita Krylov, I was in Brazil on lockdown. Then I was
Mm-hmm.
5 months without seeing my girlfriend. Then I went to Dublin to see her because she was in Qatar working. Then she take a holiday and come to Dublin because I cannot go to Qatar to see her. So Dublin is the country is open. Then I can fly to here. So I fly here, see her, spend 2 weeks with her, and then not 4 weeks. And then UFC offered me a fight. So I cannot fight for any other country because every country is shut lockdown. And I know he's a really good gym. So I picked the fight 1 month ago. Then I talked to John and he said he can do my training camp. So I'm here.
That's good, man. Now I do want to kind of get into that, but kind of starting at the beginning here. I just want to start at your roots. So, what got you into MMA in the first place?
My first contact with MMA.
Like just like what made you want to fight in the first
Uh,
place?
I really like I was like sport, when I'm young. And then I started with football and basketball, volleyball, everything. I always play something when I'm young. Then when I was 17, I had my first contact with the gym. Like I started doing some weights, and on the gym have like jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai. Then I saw people there, and they invited me to train with them because you big, you tall, you should try to practice with us. So I started when I think 19. I start Muay Thai. Then I think two years later, I start Jiu Jitsu in 2014. I think I'm 22 or 21, 2014. So after 4 months training Jiu Jitsu, I start my first fight professional in 2014. So since there, I never stopped it.
Okay, right on. I mean, everyone kind of has their own backstory, I guess. And I just had a guy on last week, and we were kind of or actually Saturday, and we were discussing about how with the MMA world, you're starting to find a lot more. It's becoming more competitive because a lot more guys, like female and male fighters, are have that kind of fighting background already. They practice in some kind of form when they were younger or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. I started like strictly professional, and I never fought amateur. So my background is MMA background. I'm a striker, but I already know jiu-jitsu and wrestling and everything. So I feel very comfortable to fight MMA.
That's good, man. That's good. Now, obviously, kind of came, coming off two losses. But you're taking the fight with Ryan Spann. So, what's your game plan for this fight to be successful?
Just be consistent on my training camp. Every day, wake up in the morning, do my diet, do my training, come back, rest, listen to the coach, make a really good camping train because the camping train means everything. Get you
Hmm.
ready, you know. And Ryan Spencer really. really experienced guy. He's a tough guy, strong, tall, and danger. So on this what I am now, I just gonna fight against tough guys. So I have to prepare myself for tough fights. Um, I don't want to be spoiled for my fights. You just have to wait, and I'm gonna show you what's gonna happen 19 September.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. And trying to stay resilient here. But for myself, I've always been a big fan of you ever since you got into the UFC. You know, the movements that you use. I find it's very confusing for fighters to catch on to that. You use very unorthodox strikes. It's really entertaining to see someone fight like that.
Yeah, I really like fight like this because I feel very comfortable. Uh, I think 2 years before I start my professional career on the gym, when I told you when I'm 17, I did 2 years dance class lessons. So I learned how to move, how to dance. So this has helped me a lot on my moves during the fight as well, and make me feel a little bit more predicted. So I feel very comfortable with my style, and I really like. And yeah, this is me.
Right. Now, obviously, like I said, with the movement and everything, are you gonna continue with the same kind of fighting style, or is there something that you are looking to change in your next upcoming fight?
This is my fight. This is me. This is my style. It
Hmm.
can't change much between every fight, but
Right.
yeah, I'm work a lot in my ground game, my wrestling. So whatever I need to use during the fight, I'm able to switch. And I feel really comfortable with jiu-jitsu, with wrestling, and uh, I think it's gonna be a really good fight now because I really feel good on this camping train. Yeah, I know myself better as well now. I don't want to make the same mistake as before, so this fight's gonna be epic for me.
Absolutely, man. I'm glad to hear that. Now, I guess saying that, with this fight with Ryan Spann, um, so how do you see the fight going? Or sorry, how do you see the fight playing out?
Do you wanna know my game plan? I'm no spoiler. Excuse me. I can't tell you. I'm
I mean,
I'm ready for
are you looking for the knockout?
Yeah, I'm ready for 10 second knockout. I'm ready for 3 rounds. So whatever my game fit on the fight, I want to change. I want to keep it. So I want to win. So I'm gonna fight for win, and I'm gonna fight for win. That's it.
Okay.
I I have my game plan. I watch the fight. I
Hmm.
talk to the coach and everything, but I don't want to spoil it for him because everybody watching everything. So today the social media is so big, and yeah, let's keep our secret. You're gonna
Okay.
see.
Your secret's safe here. All right.
Hey,
um, now, now let's say when you do beat him, um, who would you like to fight next? Someone in the top five, top 10?
yeah, I wanna do step by step, no, really slowly. I don't need big steps right now, and so somebody top 10, top 9, top 8, and then maybe after him 1, 2 more wins gonna put me in the right place what I
Hmm.
wanna be, and then maybe one title shot. So I have to keep doing the hard work.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I guess now talking about titles and stuff, obviously Jon Jones fought Dominick Reyes. Dominick Reyes came up short. I think a lot of people looked at that fight and saw Dominick Reyes winning that fight. Did you think Reyes had won that fight against Jon Jones?
Yeah, he did really well, but his last round or last 2 rounds, I think he tried to. He said, "Oh, I won, so now I just want to keep distance and keep the fight safe." So if you are there and challenge the champion, you have to beat him. If you want to beat the champion by points, you have to beat all rounds. You don't have to
Hmm.
let 2 rounds on the referee hands. So I think his mistake to it's just he stopped to fight and run a little bit just to keep safe. he thought he's won the first 3 rounds. So now he just to be more safe. And this is a really mistake. If he keep pressure, he keep going, he gonna beat Jones. But he let the champion come back, So
Okay. And and with your abilities, what do you feel you would need to do to beat Jon Jones?
man, just be very aggressive and have a really good time for takedown when he come to take down. Have good time to beat him back, and he like to keep the fight safe on long distance. He like to beat you a little bit and keep safe. He's not very. He like to keep the pressure, but on his time, his on his game. So to beat him, you have to be aggressive and safe as well. But when you go, you have to go to knock him out or take him down. Because if you just try to win him by points, he has so many fights by points. He's a champion for so long. He know how to run the fight to get the points on the end. So you have to beat him, try to knock him out, to try to finish him.
And I think like anybody's has the ability to be knocked out. I don't think anybody's invincible. And I guess, do you think that Jon Jones' time is coming? Like, do you think his time to get knocked out is coming? Because he's had a couple scares in his last couple fights. Um, how do you feel about that?
Everybody have this time, and this time is gonna arrive for everybody. Khabib as well, everybody
Mm-hmm.
can knock it out. So nobody's invincible. And new fights coming, young guys and new generations, different fighters, and everything start getting really hard for John because the level is getting up on the game. So many new fighters, new way to train. So he finds some difficulty on his last fight. So he's gonna have problems on.
Right, right. This has kind of been bugging me. I meant to ask you earlier. How's that shoulder been feeling ever since you had a bit of that injury a while back?
Yeah, I take like 7 months to recover in Thailand. It's a really long recovery and take a lot of time to recover. Now I'm 100% now. Now I feel really
Mm-hmm.
good. My stretching come back 100%, my power. But before on the last 2 fights, I still feel a little bit weak, no stretching, no confidence. But now I'm 100%. I can do everything, and I feel really, really, really good. So yeah, I'm 100% now.
Now, did you have any pre-existing injury to that shoulder, or was that from the impact of when you had your fight celebration?
Um, I think fighter always have injury. I think
Mm-hmm.
that one. I think my shoulder was inflamed for some reason because I feel some little bit pain before on the training camps, like many training camps straight away because I have 3 fights straight away, and I didn't look after my body too much because I'm not so professional as I am today. Because you should look after your body, put ice, and go to the physiotherapist and everything. And before I'm not like professional that I am, I have no the knowledge here that I have today and the experience as well. So I should take look after my shoulder, my body better. But my brother, he dislocated his shoulder as well. He's 23 years old, and he's in Russia now. He's training there, and when he fights in Thailand, he dislocated his shoulder. My dad was parachute on the army in Brazil, and sometimes his shoulder dislocated as well. So I think this is genetic problem as well.
Yeah, well, hopefully this doesn't happen in every fight. I mean, not like Sean O'Malley. I don't know if you watched the fights on the weekend, but I think he did something to his knee again. So hopefully, you don't have the pre-existing injury curse, I guess, because that's the last thing you want is to injure yourself in the same spot after every
Yeah,
fight.
I'm feel really good. The body's for this sport, this contact sports is crazy, and I feel really good. I have no problem now. My knee is really good. My shoulder is good as well. and I hope I cannot have another injury. But this impact sports where everything can happen.
Hmm. Right. Um, Now, obviously, you're focusing on your fight in September. I never really want to ask anybody to overlook any fighter or their plans, but where do you see yourself at the end of 2020?
Man, I want to come back what I was my two before my two lost. You know,
Hmm.
but I think if God bless me, I take his win and maybe one more win before the 2020 ends. So two wins is gonna put in the right place to 2021. It's gonna be a good place for me to start a really good year for my career. So if everything's going good, I can fight one more time after this year. And if I pick two wins, this is gonna be my dream.
Right. No, I mean it's no secret that the UFC normally likes to make a huge card at the end of the year, normally around around New Year's. If they do happen to make that a big card, would you like to get on there if you're
Yeah,
ready?
100%. I really, really like. So I have to beat this guy without get injury and won the fight as well.
Right, right. Now that being said, um, uh, just lost my train of thought here. If you, yeah, so you want to be on that card at the end of the year. Now, fighting with no fans in the stands, how does that, how, like, what's the feeling of that? Do you think that's going to affect the fight? How do you think you're going to focus better? Focus not as good? How do you feel?
The first time I get shocked. I get a little bit impacted because when I get into the arena empties, and where is everybody? Like I always fight for public, and I really I like to feel the energy, the people energy there, and I feel a little bit strange, like why I'm going there or I have nobody there. So this affects me a little bit, but now I know. So it's going to be a big impact now because I know I have no crowns. So I'm prepared for this, and I have to adapt my body, my mind to no crowns. Just me, my coach, my opponent, his team, and that's it. But yeah, I really like to fight for people, but when I have no crowns, it was strange on the first time. But now I'm ready for this.
Okay. Now, do you find that's actually helpful now that you're able to hear your coaches a lot better during the fight?
Yeah. Now the fight is like very, very, very good. I can listen to my coach and no noise around, so it's really good. And yeah, it's gonna be good for. It's good for ground game as well. It's good for you understand your 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 coach and what's going on during the fight. Maybe your coach can give you some tips, So it's really good because you really can listen everything.
That's good, man. I guess what's your future plans for life? Do you have any goals in mind for yourself?
Yeah, I'm planning to move to to Dublin, to Ireland, because my girlfriend she's Irish and we want to live together here. And I decide to come here and make this plan with her because he's a good gym. I feel good here, and I want to stop to travel around the world to make comp train. I want to travel the world for myself because I like to travel in my holidays, but not in every company trainings, every different place. This is not making me feel good. Like when I was with Firas Ahab in Canada, it's a really good team, really good coach there, but I just be there for 6 weeks. It's not enough to the coach teach you because they have a lot of knowledge, a lot of things to put in your game to teach you to fix yourself. And 6 weeks is not enough. So I want to be part of a team. I want to stop in somewhere and be be part of the team, train there for longer because you can understand the coach better and you can make your goals higher.
Right, right on. Um, I know you're mentioning that, yeah, you want to move to Dublin so you can live with your girlfriend together. So I guess how do you balance training and family or social life?
Yeah, it's really tough, but this is my career. This is what I choose for my life. I'm a fighter. But after every fight, I like to go to Brazil, see my family, spend 1, 2, 3 weeks. This lockdown was really good because I spent 3 months, 4 months with my family in Brazil. So it was really good, and I'm gonna try to do the same after this fight. After every fight, I like to come back home, recover the energy, and come back to start the camp and train again. So this is my life. I have to, my family, my girlfriend, they have to fit themselves in my career because this I choose to be in my life. It's
Mm-hmm.
really hard sometimes. Now she leave me 2 days ago and I'm alone here, just me at the house. So I like to play video games. I play online with my friends to don't feel very alone, but that's it.
Yeah, I can imagine that would be tough for sure. I know for myself, the first, uh, I think it was the first 2.5 months, I didn't get to see my girlfriend either, and it was really tough. I mean, I can imagine for yourself, you're training and, you want to see her, and, I can understand that'd be really, really tough. Um, but it is now with your training and you're balancing your family life, is she pretty understanding about your dedication to your training?
Yeah, she very understand. She works in Qatar. She's a primary school teacher, and she wants move to Dublin. She gonna take a look another school here. She gonna change her life for me as well. And so this is gonna be good because he have a good gym for my training and have a good school as well. So we decide to come here and change our life to better, to focus on my career, and she can student, I can train, so it's gonna be good. It's just gonna be a little bit far away from my home, but I have to keep going to Brazil to see my family back.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, and just a couple more questions for you. Uh, so I did see the post that you made. You made it into the UFC 4 game. Congratulations. Um, so have you get the chance to play it yet, or?
Yeah, 100%. I have the game here. I play. Sometimes I play funds on my. I have a Twitch channel, and I play online on this channel. So sometimes I ask the guys to add me on PSN, then we can play together. Like I play with my character, sometimes I play with another character. So it's really fun.
How well do you think they did with sculpting your figure and throwing it on the game?
It's really good. My character is really good. I really like, but I think they have to add some new skills.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I actually haven't really got a full chance to play as some of the male fighters. Currently, I made my own, and I'm just fighting like whoever they throw at me, and so I haven't really got a chance to really see your character. But I didn't see that they did add you in. Um, like, what's your final thoughts on the game? Do you think it's really good, or do you think there could have been more improvements? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, they can improve a little bit more, because my characters look like really a little bit crazy. His big eye and look like look like crazy because his eyes is not nice. And some have skill they have to add as well, but I have to show the skill on the fight. So I think they're gonna uh, update my character after my next fight.
Yeah, well, I don't know about you, but when I first started, it felt as if they weren't telling you how to really use the controls, or it was like they had so many controls for so many different things and it was a little complex. I don't know how you felt about that.
Yeah, it's really complex. So they should put my yeah, because I have different moves. I have some special moves. I think they should put a little bit more, but so many things to put on the game. UFC is so complex because you have ground game, you have wrestling,
Hmm.
takedown, so much stuff. So the technology maybe is not high enough to do everything properly, but it looks nice.
That's good, man. I'm glad to hear that. Now I just have one more question for you. More, if I could ask you to kind of make a statement. But so what's your statement for the middleweight division, or the sorry, the
But
light heavyweight division?
it's really interesting now. New guys coming, new prospect guys, and the thing's gonna be really, really nice. And I hope I can keep win and I can test myself with the next generation guys. And I'm really excited to keep going and with my car here because it's I think the light heavyweight and the middleweight is the most exciting division to watch, and heavyweight as well. So
Hmm.
because people like to watch big guys, strong guys fighting, and I'm a big guy, so I really like this division, and it's really dangerous as well. Everybody have power to knock somebody out, so it's it's nice. I'm really glad.
Okay, sorry, I did lie. I have one more for you. Is there any chance in the distant future that you might go up to even heavyweight?
Yeah, 100%. I'm 28 years old, maybe in 1.5, 2 years, 3 years, but I'm gonna move up because sometimes I find it hard to cut the weight. Sometimes I'm
Hmm.
110, 112 kilos. So I think I'm the one of the most heavy light heavyweights on the division. And I can drop my weight, I can control with diet is easy, but I think when I get old and my metabolism gets slowly, I'm gonna find hard to cut my weight, and then I just gonna start a new diet and gain some muscles, and if I keep my agility and my speed on heavyweight, this is gonna be really good for me and interesting.
That's awesome, Johnny. I just wanted to thank you for coming on the podcast here and sharing some of your thoughts about your career and answering all my questions. Um, Johnny's going to be fighting Ryan Spann in September at UFC 253, and good luck, Johnny.
Thank you very much, my friend.
All right,
And
you
you.
take care, eh?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Bye.